Just kidding. Hi, I'm Dempsey Pilot, and this week I'm reviewing A Quiet Place. Was directed by John Krasinski, and it stars his wife, Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, and Noah Jupe. The film takes place in the near future after Earth is invaded by these creatures that prey on sound. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt play parents who are struggling to survive as well as keep their children safe from these creatures at the same time. Now let me tell you, this film is remarkable. Well done, John Krasinski. I must say you've outdone yourself. Going into this film, I was a bit worried because I've seen John Krasinski's previous work, and honestly, it wasn't as good as this film. In fact, I think not only is this his best work to date, but honestly, it's probably one of the best horror films I've seen in a long time as well. Now, this isn't your average horror film. In fact, I would say that approximately 80% of this film is silent. And it's not because people aren't talking throughout the film. In fact, most of the time when characters are talking throughout the film, they're using sign language. And this is because the daughter in the film, played by Millicent Simmons, is actually deaf. And she's deaf in real life too, but that's besides the fact. This girl is probably one of the highlights of the film because she is so good. Not only is she able to elicit a strong performance without words, but just her character arc in the film is something that I thoroughly enjoyed. Whenever John Krasinski and Emily Blunt weren't on screen and we had to follow her character, I was surprised at how well she was able to carry herself. I was particularly impressed by her simply because of how well she was able to communicate, even when she wasn't using sign language. Her performance in the film was simply one of the best. It's not too often that you see child actors actually carrying scenes, and she does it multiple times throughout the film effortlessly. Definitely one of the strongest aspects of this film. Another one of the strong aspects of this film was Emily Blunt, of course. She is actually pregnant in the film, and yeah, as you can imagine, I was pretty interested in seeing how the hell she was going to be quiet and be pregnant at the same time. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but she does an incredible job. Bravo, Emily Blunt, bravo. I think that between Emily Blunt's strong acting skills and Krasinski's strong directing skills, they really created something special here. Now, going back into Krasinski's directing, I was particularly impressed, as I said before, because in this film, not a moment, not a shot is wasted. And that's rare in horror films. I mean, usually we have downtime where we see the characters stop to collect themselves. But nope, not in A Quiet Place. Everything happens beat after beat after beat. This film is 90 minutes. It's a very tight film. And let me tell you, John Krasinski does not waste time at all. This film is a true slow burn. At times, it may seem slow, but do not be fooled. That is just John Krasinski setting you up for the next thrill. There were a few times in this movie where things didn't seem to be picking up the way I thought they were going to be picking up, but then, as things got set into motion, I realized, okay, alright, now I see why that happened. Oh, I get why he showed us that before. And I said this before when I reviewed Annihilation, where I thought that Alex Garland was directing things in a weird way, or that there was a weird shot there and it seemed out of place. There is nothing out of place in this movie. Everything is laid out before you for a reason. Now, there's a nice little setup for a sequel at the end of the film, but personally, I think the film would be fine if it was left alone. Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see, actually, how John Krasinski follows this film up. I mean, even if he does a sequel, or if he doesn't do a sequel, I think I'm very interested to see what kind of projects he tackles from this point forward. Once again, I would love to congratulate him because I think that he's done a grand job at this movie. This film is fantastic. It's one of the best horror films that I've seen in a very long time, and probably one of the best films of the year, hands down. Seriously. But yeah, I really had no problems with this film, and I really enjoyed it, and honestly, I think you will too. And I hope you go check it out. And for that, I'm going to give A Quiet Place 5 stars.
Alright.
We did it! We did it!
Geez, you think Dwight's gonna be pissed? Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, I would ask that you hit that subscribe button as well. I put out new movie reviews every week, and I also have some other projects that I'm working on that you will be seeing very shortly. Now, I will also be putting all my social media in the description box below if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram or Stardust. Stardust, as I mentioned, is an app where you yourself can review movies. It takes less than 30 seconds to sign up and maybe about another 30 seconds to do your first review. It's just as easy as that. And it's really fun. It's a nice community. I really like it. I'll put the link down and below, just as I said before. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support thus far. And until next time, I'm Dempsey Pilote. Take care.